Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Carpetania campaign. Last time, we began this remake of an old series of mine with our opening strategy discussion and our opening moves. The first year of the campaign has already gone by. Just in the very first episode, that's a record speedrun-style campaign experience for me. And we have started the process of basically causing the center of Iberia to collapse into crazy open warfare, as we are attempting to invade all of the Carpetanian tribes basically as close together as possible to minimize the chance of them picking up a powerful external friend to come in and kind of screw things up. We've got our powerful internal friends nearby helping us out. We've just declared the war on Solikia, and we're going to go ahead and move in to the capital right away. Hopefully that these guys follow us in. Now, we will have to declare war on the northern Carpetanians as well. The plan at the moment is to declare on Moenikia to bring in just Alaricia, as the allies will agree to this after the diplomat comes back. If we do the war the other way around, they get confused because they're already at war with the ally of Alaricia, Turtoliquia, but this basically just prevents them from being considered hostile with these two, which we definitely do need. So that is the plan with that. With that noted, let's go ahead and resume. These guys should hopefully be coming in soon. We shall see. I could also end this war in order to make a declaration on Alaricia possible right away, but I would rather actually have war score for controlling Turtoliquia from the beginning rather than doing it the other way. So, okay, this should be fine. Game is not confident about this. What do we have? 8 martial? That shouldn't be a problem. Oh yeah, this is going to be completely fine. We just outnumber them so heavily. Okay, we have stack wiped them, and the Battle of Solikia Carpetania is over. The siege begins. Now we just need these guys to filter in, and at the end of the month we can declare the war on Moenikia. Although, I could technically wait until this siege is done to really, truly do things as efficiently as possible, and I'm nervous about Moenikia picking up another ally. They are on mercantile stance. They should, I think, have 2... No, they should only have 1, because their chiefess does not have a trait that gives her extra relationships the way that, or the diplomatic slots the way that my tribal chief does. So Moenikia should be attackable. I mean, they could go over their limit. The AI does do that sometimes, but I'm going to hedge my bets that I can get away with this, as I guess the thing is, if they come to Toletum or to Tulkia, they would still have to siege it, right? And this should have, well, it's building up the garrison. So maybe let's wait a little bit for Tulkia to build up its garrison. What I'll do is I'll wait for these guys to arrive, and then I think I'll do an assault once these guys arrive. These guys are just going to go over here. All right, that's fine. Let's go ahead and... Oh, there's also low garrison. This should be a fairly cheap assault. Let's just do the assault now. All right. Oh, man. 3 assault power. I think Invictus may nerf assaults a little bit, though, because Bronze Age Reborn nerfs it in the other way, where assaults have all their power, but then the assault strength modifier itself is nerfed. Invictus may nerf it by having the assault power be nerfed. That being said, I think the reason why it's so weak is that the entire assault is just the 3, because assaults are only done by infantry. So we only have 1,000 men to do the assaults. Actually, technically, 950, because we got 450 from my second levy, and then 500 from the Coernercia levy. That's probably... I don't really want to throw away all my assault power. I guess we do have to siege this out manually. I might not have been able to do an assault over here before. I didn't even think about that, but we'll let it proceed here. Spreading population. Lately, our people have started to move out of Philonicoria and begun spreading out across our lands. It will be almost impossible to keep our people united if central authority is weak. If we wish to keep our tribes as unified as they have been for a while, we need to take more active measures. Our magistrate, Carta Mandua Carusa, believes our people can be reasoned with, while our war chief, Tincomaris Tutomalis, recommends a more hands-on approach. Alright, 50 loyalty, 75 loyalty. Alright, the war chief can probably... Actually, they're not going to have a loyalty effect from this. I would like to gain centralization. And I think at the moment, tyranny is the resource I've got more room for. I do actually have some PI built up, but I don't really want to spend PI if I don't need to, and I can afford 3 tyranny right now. So force will be used to keep our people together. particularly because I may not actually enslave all the Carpetanian nobles from the tribes I'm fighting and about to fight, as they are Carpetanian, so I could add them to my character pool potentially. So we'll see about that. Force will be used to keep our people together. These guys take this. This is Olcadia, so they will probably transfer it to me. I do want this in the peace deal. Could be a problem. We'll see what they do. Let's hope for some really good rolls, because we got a low garrison here. Supply shortage, that's a good start. Okay. Alright, Olcadia. You don't border this, you should give it straight to me. In fact, it borders me as well. It doesn't even border Kelon Tiencia. Okay, these guys have also allied with Caluria now. Okay. What about these guys? These guys are actually now only allied with Monarchy. Okay, these guys actually could be declared on now. I think I probably should. Although the question is, could Moenikia bring in Caluria into the war? For some reason, Tertullicia and Alaricia broke their alliance, which was formed, by the way, after the war began anyways, so I don't know what the problem is. It's not like they just discovered that these guys are under occupation. It was already happening. Alright, the treasury of Diana Tutamalia. It seems Diana Tutamalia has gotten her hands on a lot of wealth, as she has started investing a great deal of silver into building a reputation for herself lately. Though it is unclear exactly where she found these riches, her efforts are surprisingly effective. With her increased popularity, Diana has started vying for a more powerful position in Diatiquia, shamelessly comparing herself to our tribal chief, Bracusa Carustus. Now, isn't this my wife? It is my wife. Isn't... Can she not be doing this, please? Let's see here. I could lose some popularity, and she could lose some loyalty, bring her down to 36, which is danger zone for governor, even though she's my wife. Let's see here. I could gain some tyranny. She loses more loyalty. The money is not really worth it for the loyalty loss. I'll go for the thing that gives me reduced loyalty loss on her. Great. Just great. I was hoping my wife being a governor would stabilize things, but as usual, it's Imperator Rome. All your governors are just going to cause you tons of trouble. She will quiet down in time, hopefully. Alright. They did pass it over to me. Good. Once these guys arrive, I might do an assault. Maybe. We shall see. Because I want to be at full... Okay, while they're here... actually, are they counting? Second levy... No, they're not counting while they're moving. That's a shame. Let's let this finish off here and see what we get from the tick. Supply shortage. I could maybe get away with an assault. I'm just worried about I'm worried about the morale loss because I want to go to war with Alaricia right away. I can probably wait a bit. What I could do as well. What I could do as well is I could, let's see here. I'm worried about them allying with somebody else. Mainly I'm worried about them allying with Caluria is the problem. Do I declare the war before that happens? Caluria won't ally with them once the war is declared. At least it's unlikely, I think. Tough decision. Tough decision. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to wait a bit longer. Alaricia, these guys should have only one slot. Although these guys had one slot and they still did this, so I can't exactly be trusted in that way. Let's see what these guys do. If these guys come and join me, I'll do an assault. If I've got the 3rd infantry unit, I'll do an assault. That's the way I'm going to approach it. Fugitives cross the borders. Fleeing the dreadful war with Urso, a number of important dignitaries have managed to escape our lands. Escape to our lands, hoping to find refuge. Our advisors recommend against giving them asylum due to the fragile political circumstances in our region, and indeed, much favor may be gained with Urso if we were to finish the job for them. Okay, what are we dealing with here? Oh, wait, Beatica. I'm looking at the wrong spot. Oh, Urso is down here. Okay. I guess these guys were in a war? Doesn't really look like it. Okay, sure. Let's see. These guys are Iberic, and they're also Iberian culture, so I don't really want them that badly. None of the stats are amazing. Let's put them to death. I don't really think these guys are going to be too helpful to me. If this guy could just come and join me, he keeps kind of wavering about it, but if he could come join me for a little bit here, okay, water shortage is good. Things are looking promising. If he just gets locked in, I could do the assault, then we'd be in the clear. Okay, these guys have now allied again with Tertulliquia, which is awkward. What I could do is once this is cleared up and we move north, I could then end the war with Tertulliquia and then go to war with Alaricia, and I'd be able to bring in my allies with no problem from that. Also, my war exhaustion is incredibly still under control, despite 2 active wars. Right, come on, Olcadia. You could make this happen so much faster. This is actually good because they're using up their 1 extra slot they realistically would use with an alliance that doesn't mean anything at all. So that's pretty good. Defenders desert, very good. Alright, now I think as well, I'm going to, let's see, 35 for this. Okay, they're coming in now. Good. Alright, I paused it at just the right time. I think I'm going to do a Divine Sacrifice at 50 political power. This may seem a little bit excessive, but I have a lot of things I need to spend stability on. I need more stability, so we're going to keep an eye once we get to 50. Alright, 5 assault power. Garrison's been damaged a bit. I think this is a reasonable moment to do an assault. Alright, the sacking of Sulicia Carpetania. Procusa Carusus has led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Sulicia Carpetania. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, these spoils of war left the Causos back in Doletum to admire Procusa greatly, but leaving such wealth in the hands of one man could cause problems in the future. Let the looting be gentle, because this is, of course, a Carpetanian location. Yep. Alright. Okay, now we're going to do this in a very specific order. We're going to go ahead and end the war with Tertulliquia. Sue for peace. While the war with Sulicia is ongoing, so my allies don't go anywhere, we're going to directly annex this. Tertulliquian Carpetania to Diatiquia. This will then free up Alaricia to be targeted for a declaration that my allies will agree to, and will also bring in Moenicia, although I'm going to first double check. Actually, they broke their alliance with Tertulliquia again, which means I guess I could hold on to the Tertulliquia war anyways, but I may as well end that war. There's no reason to... I just need to have 1 war ongoing. I hate the Sulicia war ongoing here. Otherwise, they may cause diplomatic shenanigans. I would prefer that not happen. Okay, sue for peace. This is the peace deal that I want. 1 AE is completely fine. Let's go for it. Tertulliquian Carpetania to Diatiquia. Alright, the Tertulliquian elite, although first I'm going to note, the Caldiberian local power of Tertulliquia accepts our generous peace offer, Tertulliquian Carpetania to Diatiquia. After a protracted conquest, we have finally routed the Tertulliquian armies and laid waste their lands. During the sacking of their capital, many important prisoners were taken, many of them having previously held important positions in the Tertulliquian clan council. They now languish in our dungeons awaiting whatever fate we decide to impose upon them. Okay, so I could do some selling into slavery for tyranny to make some money, which is not the worst idea, even though these would be Carpetanians. They're going to be mad at me for conquering them, even if they are my culture and my religion. And I think I don't really need new characters that badly. Popularity is not a big deal. Losing AE is not a big deal. I think I would actually go for this anyways. So yeah. Imprison their leaders, let the rest disappear. Okay. And now what we're going to do is head to Toletum. No. Head here. No, Toletum's fine, actually. Head to Toletum. And ensure we've got fort maintenance being paid for. Yep, that's right. I want these guys to follow me, please. Actually, what I should do is I should declare the war now. I can declare the war right now. These guys call in Moenicia, and then my allies are called in as well. Let's get this going now. I want the allies to follow me north. Once this war is declared, I can then end this war, so that shouldn't be a problem. Take Carpetania. Here we go. Alright. Oh! Okay, my allies have both declined to join the war. That's not what I was told was going to happen. The traitorous Celtiberian local power of Corencia has refused to join. The traitorous Celtiberian local power of Volcadia has refused to join. Wow, okay. That is a surprise. Is it because this war is ongoing? I can probably end the war right now and then maybe call them in. If they agree to that, I'm going to just ignore what they said earlier. Hopefully that is the case, because if without their help, this war against these two could be a little tricky for me. Definitely could put this campaign in a bit of an awkward position. We're going to see in a moment exactly what we're dealing with here. The game said that they would agree, so... okay, we're going to worry about that in a moment. We're going to take both these territories because I do want to expand in Terdulia Orientalis, which is where my wife's domain currently is. 2 AE is fine. Let's take it directly. Alright. The Celtiberian local power of Solicia accepts our generous peace offer. Solician Carpetania to Dietiquia and Terdulia Orientalis to Dietiquia as well. I'm going to go ahead and imprison the leaders over here as well, too. Okay. Let a day go by. How would you like to join my... oh, they actually broke their alliances with me, too. Ah. That makes sense. Okay. Okay, so now we got a slightly unplanned 1-on-2 situation. What do we have here? 14 Carpetanians, 15 Carpetanians. Now, I do have much more than that, but not in my raised levy, so I can't disband the levy to gain the levy's strength that I just won while I'm at war. And, okay, so we're in a bit of an awkward spot right now. Okay. What did I have at the beginning? Hold on. I think they probably have 3 cohorts in total. Alright, good thing I've got some money saved up. We're going to have to rely on mercenaries now. This was not how I planned this, and in fairness, unless I literally had a hallucination, the game told me that the AI would join me in the war. Okay, well, Volcadia and Corencia, they did help out at the very beginning of the explosion of warfare and aggressive expansion, so they played their part when I needed them the most, and now that they are abandoning me, we're going to get our revenge on them in due time. Okay, what's the mercenary situation around here? Anybody nearby who actually would be heavy on infantry? This is an infantry heavy force. This is even more infantry heavy over in Odyssey. 3K would be nice. That would definitely probably be more than enough, actually. I actually only need like 1K. Is any force around here that small? No, probably not. 3K is probably the smallest I'm going to get. I just need infantry. Okay, so this guy here, not the best marshal, but I already got a good marshal on my chief. I just need infantry. This maintenance cost is manageable, even with increased pay. I don't think we have a choice here. We've got to play on the defensive. We do have a fort line right here to protect us from the northern Carpetanians, but not for long, so we need to get things turned around here. Now, this might be overkill, but what I could do is then use the strength of the Merc Army and push on without doing a recovery period. That would make the 100 gold cost up front a bit more reasonable. The question is, who would I attack after these two? Who else do I have claims on? I have claims on a lot of people, don't I? Isn't there a way to see claims on the map mode? Hold on. Diplomacy? Oh, here we go. No, that's not right. Is there no claims map mode? No, that'd be too good for this game to have that. Okay, let's see. I could attack Lobetania, but then I'm attacking people without Carpetanian population. But I could attack Lobetania. And don't I have a mission to go after them next? Yeah, well, actually I've got not just a mission, I've already got the mission to attack Lobetania. Okay. Editania, where would that be? Over here. I mean, It certainly seems a little bizarre to not have a recovery period after a big opening war like this, but I could use the mercs for maybe one sort of follow-up round of attacks while everyone's still isolated. Who do these guys have as an ally? Boletia. Ooh, yikes. Okay, 42 population. I'm not so sure about that. Do I have a truce with these guys? I might not have a truce with these guys. I could attack Olcadia, couldn't I? That would be a bit more feasible with merc support. I'd be able to get some instant revenge. Alright, I've convinced myself. We're going to hire the mercenaries out of an abundance of caution, and because I want to get revenge in a cautious manner. Alright, infantry heavy mercs for assault purposes. Let's recruit them. 100 gold, and with my current premiums of 262%, 4.48 per month, we were going to have a timer on use of these mercs, which I can extend. Let's go ahead and hire Sehar Uxentus. I can extend the timer. Let's bring him over here by going into my dungeons and releasing the baby. That's the least I can do. But for everybody else, I think there's a bit of a bad situation awaiting them here. All right, so 13 gold for 0.5 tyranny. That is going to be worth it. How about you? 12.50. That's pretty good. 5.5. I'll release you. Even with my low tyranny, I don't want to make trades that bad. 9 is probably a good sale. 13 gold. That's good. 11 gold. I'll release you. 6.5 is not enough. You're a baby. I'll release you. 13 gold. All right, I know I'm selling Carpetanians, but I have to sell Carpetanians to fund my war with Carpetanians as Carpetania, as a Carpetanian nation. I am a very moral nation. Please don't check to verify that claim. Just take my word for it. All right, that should be everybody. All right, that is a bit more of a war chest to work with. Keep in mind we just spent 100 gold, so now we're actually more than what we had before. And the tyranny will decline. Tyranny is just a number, as long as we just don't think too hard about how low our tyranny loss is. But we're not exactly dealing with a lot of things that would normally cause me to lose tyranny quickly. So light infantry up front, heavy infantry in the back, and then light cav on the side. That's good. Put you on to shock action. And I'm going to have these guys actually come to Vicus Cuminarius behind the fort line. You actually go there too. I think that might be a bit faster, to be honest. And we're just going to have to wait for them to build up their morale. It's going to be very expensive, but this is what we got to do because our allies stabbed us in the back. They do not want to support our completely unreasonable demands of declaring war on 3 nations in a row. How dare they? All right, we definitely are going to need that pig stabbing as soon as possible in order to get some stability going. I think a war against Olcadia is going to be called for, to be honest, and they're going to stand black-flagged in my land like very, very smart players. Not players, but very smart AIs. Let's see if they are attackable once the truce is up. I think they are still going to be black-flagged, aren't they? Where are they going? The long way around, apparently. If we attack them as they lower their forces, that could be kind of amazing. I wouldn't normally, like, betray an ally like that in that direct of a way. Of course I would betray an ally in other ways, but that direct of a betrayal is a bit beyond even my capabilities, but because they caused the situation themselves, I don't really feel too bad, honestly, for what I'm thinking of doing to them. Okay, they've allied with Beia. Okay. I actually have a claim on these guys too, don't I? How is that the case? No, I don't have a claim on them. What am I talking about? Do you take away as a Casus Belli on Corencia? No, I don't. What? Okay, the game's just made that up. Do I have a claim on these guys? I actually don't have a claim on these guys either. Okay. Never mind. For some reason, I guess the game is wrong that I have claims. I just literally don't. Alright. Well, we're in the war at least, so that's good. Got our forts going. Army maintenance is very high. You will soon be able to start recovering morale a bit more reasonably. Alright. Once this force is organized, we're going to basically be able to punch north and not too much can stop us. At that rate, these guys are in a defensive league with Caluria now. Okay. glory in the war. Nope. Let's hope they stay out of it. Actually, I'm not sure if it would be a problem with these mercs helping me out. Maybe I don't want them to stay out of the war. Interesting things to consider. Alright, you are going to follow that guy. And I could reorganize him. That would be very expensive. But I've got a lot of money right now. And I do want to do this as quickly as possible. Army morale recovery wouldn't be a huge change. I think it's probably, yeah, it'd only be 0.58 more recovery rate, which is not going to make a big difference. Let's just recover as it is. Okay. I'm not going to go to war with Carpetania until I get this cleaned up. And then I'll reevaluate if I want to lower and re-raise. I probably have to wait like 2 years or maybe even more for lower and re-raise. I get a lot of military strength by doing that. But with the mercs, Carpetania, even with the help of Boletia, might be manageable. But if I'm wrong about that, that would be a bit of a catastrophe. Maybe I try to re-ally with someone. Okay, not with these guys. These guys are off the table. Let's get out of this war before we make any determinations about that. No one's going to ally with me while I'm at war, obviously. Alright, let's actually move up here so that we're ready to strike in. These guys have not made any offenses against me yet. Probably smart of them. Oh. Alaricia forces black flagged over here. What? Okay, I don't exactly know what they were doing over here, but okay. That is interesting. I might be able just to move in now with the morale. Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong guy. You know, I can probably get away with an attack like this. But we're going to miss them, aren't we? Let's just follow them up here and try to catch them here. I'll rebuild morale in the enemy land. I think it's probably safe. Our overall morale is high enough now. And I don't know what kind of forces they're going to have that are going to throw at me. I just don't want to wait so long. It's costing me a lot of money to wait. In fact, I might be able to get... No, let's not play around with fort maintenance in a situation like this. And we want this fort down here to have full garrison as well for the Carpetania war, so let's not mess around. Okay, so we got one Alaricia force and the 2 Monicia. This might be their entire army, which I'm glad that I got the mercs, because my 1K would not be able to deal with these two very likely. Alright, let's keep building up our morale, and then we'll do an assault once we've got full morale. But not before. I've learned the hard way not to mess around with low morale assaults. Those are just asking for trouble. Give it a few months. Do an assault here. Unless we get very lucky siege sticks, then we'll do an assault at Miacum. Then we'll sort of evaluate our situation, take stock of things. Kadia is walking around. What are they up to? These guys are attacking Monicia and Alaricia. They're these guys are doing my plan. They're attacking these guys too. Oh my god. Oh, they're gonna get up here too. No. These guys are in the way. 8 Marshal versus 8 Marshal. Okay. These guys are defending in hills. I don't know if Kadia can dislodge them from Miacum. I mean, they can like come over here, but now we're in a bit of a race to Miacum. This is interesting. Jeez. Okay. I mean, oh, you know what? I do have a Casus spell. I've got a show superiority Casus spell. I'm just so used to like not really seeing that as something that would matter. So I could do show superiority if I really wanted to, but I don't really feel like I need to do that right now. I can do that as a last resort to be able to push these guys off of Miacum, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully it doesn't Miacum to that. Hey. All right, we've almost got enough for the pig stabbing. Alright. These guys are going to come here. This won't do anything, though, because I'm already here, and they can't assume control. Even if they had a higher marshal, I know from past experience that separate wars, the AI can't assume control, or you can't assume control in that way, as the person entering second, basically, so this won't do anything, and I think the AI has realized that. Alright, almost 50 on that. Manpower max is increasing, very nice. Now, with our new actually, we don't have new territory, it's all the same Carpetania province, that's right. Even more reason to spend my PI on the stability button. Could also maybe deal with the war exhaustion, but it's not built up too much, to be honest. Let's go ahead and let the month finish just to get our last tick, then we'll do an assault, and we'll see what our siege outcome is as well. It could be a breach, in which case we would save a lot of manpower. I guess we may as well wait a little bit longer to see if it's a breach. We're only a few days away. Alright, let's go ahead and do a divine sacrifice. Offering up our sacrifices will appease the people and increase the stability of our realm. Monthly stab change plus 0.15. That will speed things up in a nice way. Alright. Status quo. Alright, let's go ahead and do an assault. 11.20 assault power, that's more like it. This assault should be absolutely a piece of cake. Let's see what kind of losses we got. Sacking of Mantua Carpetania. Alright. Let's see. Basically, maybe a few hundred, not too much. Alright, Carusus has led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Mantua Carpetania. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, these spoils war like that cause us back in Toletum to admire Bracusa greatly. Believing such wealth in the hands of one man could cause problems in the future. Let's go ahead and let the looting be gentle. This is a Carpetanian location after all. And then we're going to power north and take over Miacum. Let's hope these guys can't do anything funny in the meantime. This attack should be fine. We got basically double their numbers, actually over double their numbers, like double and a bit their numbers. I mean, we could recover our morale, but I don't think there's a huge need for that. This should be completely fine. But they are making a good stand in good defensive terrain, to their credit, so... Alright. We're going to win the day just through sheer numbers, as expected. These guys will rout before we kill them all. Alright. They lost about half their numbers, and we got Miacum under siege. I'm gonna have to wait for my morale to build back up again before I do an assault, but then I can probably do an assault. Plus, this has got more garrison, so I do want to preserve some of the merc strength for the Lobetania War. Or perhaps a different war. I think Lobetania is the next best target. This gives me a claim on Celtiberia Meridionalis, which is this area here, which would include Olcadia. I could actually go to Olcadia right after I finish this war. That could be perfect. I could actually catch them out in a big way if I do it like that. That could actually be perfect. Okay. We will probably fight Olcadia with the Merc support right after, because we'll get the claim on them, so we could just go to war right away. Alright, so we do want to preserve the strength as best as we can here. Alright, so now once we've got the 15... Oh, okay, these guys are fighting the remnants. Alright, that's fine. Once we have the 15 PI, I think I'll probably go ahead and do the law change, even if we're not at 50 stability, now that we got the stability upward trend under control. I'd like to see... Oh, here we go. Alright, a few more months. Maybe 2 more months or so. Here comes Belia, or Beia, rather, who is, of course, allied with Olcadia, so they're in the war as well, aren't they? Yes, they are. Alright. They're not going to make a difference. 8 Marshal. They could make a difference anyways. Not that they could take over either way. Okay, this is good, because Olcadia and Beia are both... No, these guys are in Tarraconensis, so I don't really... Although I... let's see. Yeah, I don't really actually want to enter Tarraconensis right now. See, the interesting thing is with the no minimum levy size mod, my strategy is completely reversed from the previous version of this campaign, from seeking out region splits to avoiding region splits, as they no longer really help me, and they just force me to recruit governors that I have to then kind of deal with and keep happy. What I could do here is a devious ploy where I actually win this war and then declare war on Olcadia with them in my territory, although they'd be black flagged first because I have to finish the war first. Okay, the devious ploy might not be possible. They'd be black flagged, but I could get ahead of them to get back over here and do something funny there. Them being out of position like this certainly doesn't hurt. Alright, we're probably high enough that we can do an assault here, and I think I do want to do an assault. No time to waste. There's even more assault power than I had before, or the assault. Here we go. Sacking of Miacum. Croesus has led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Miacum. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, these spoils of war like the cause back and to let them to admire Bracusa greatly, believing such wealth in the hands of one man could cause problems in the future. Let's let the looting be gentle, please. Don't forget, this is a Carpetanian location. And with that, that should be the end of the war. All of this goes to me, and that should be the entire province under my sole control. 3 AE for this, that is completely fine. And yeah, this war that I thought for a second might kind of snowball out of control and mess up this campaign, but some quick thinking and a little bit of slavery saved the day, thanks to some morally dubious behavior, but this is Imperator Rome after all. Alright, here we go. Alright. My tribal chief, the Celtiberian local power of Alariquia, accepts our generous peace offer. Alariquian, Carpetania to Dietiquia, and Moniquian, Carpetania to Dietiquia. We're going to go ahead and imprison everybody. We've got a lot of popularity. I could lose a bit of AE, and this would actually help out a fair bit. But I kind of would prefer to have the money, to be honest. I need to invest into my land sooner rather than later. So let's go ahead and imprison everybody. And we can go ahead and unite the Carpetani, form the nation of Carpetania, become a federated tribe. Now, one thing I'm not sure about is if this means that my government offices all change. I know it resets my my idea, so I may want to wait until maybe I do one more war, so that because I think doing this and resetting this would be better to do alongside a reset period, because I'm worried about missing out on martial ethos. I don't have enough PI built up back yet. Let's hold off on this strategically for now, because I don't remember. I vaguely remember from the first campaign, which, by the way, I didn't rewatch all the way through before playing this. I vaguely remember doing this actually forced me to reset my ideas, so let's hold off on this for now. But what I will do is go ahead and grab Making Gains to get a claim on Celtiberia Meridionalis. And we also get 5 Carpetanian citizens in Toletum. That is pretty good. Alright. Now, here is the question. Can we declare war on these guys immediately? Yes, we can. They are black flagged and out of the way. Now, will they become unblack flagged upon the war declaration? I think they might. I'm not entirely sure about that. But the problem is we're actually a little outnumbered at the moment. They've got some serious forces here. So maybe this kind of attack isn't exactly the best idea. Let's see. How is their strength so high? I guess they just have that many forces. Yeah, we got 4 cohorts. We got 9 cohorts versus my... Well, 9, but my forces are very damaged. If we had full morale, we could probably beat the forces that are here currently. What we're going to do is we're going to move to Tolucia to be right next to the capital here, which, by the way, would create a crazy fort line if we assaulted that right away. And we're going to wait for a moment of opportunity to attack this. This alliance may also break down in the meantime, so let's just proceed a little bit further. I'm going to plan to attack with the Merc involvement against these guys. Carthage wants my wine. Yep, that's fine. I actually have a fair number of resources I'm not trading away yet, probably because not too many people know about me, but sooner or later people will have import routes that they want filled by my goods. I should also revisit the trades I'm doing now that I've got more resources here. Let me keep the sheep, because now I've got my entire province under my control. What I want instead, let's see. Cloth surplus? No, not available. Precious metal surplus is not available, unfortunately. I think of all these options. I could try to go for vegetable surplus preemptively for slave cost reduction, slave movement cost, but I don't think that's going to be a huge deal. Shouldn't have too many slaves yet. Food situation is definitely fine. Local tribesman happiness certainly couldn't hurt. Actually, local citizen or noble happiness might be a bit better. Let's go for spices again. Yeah, it's actually the best of the options we've got right now. No need to do anything too creative. Alright. We now would have 10 units if we raised up our levy from scratch. That is very tempting. Harvest failure. Our settlements across the province of Carpetania are reporting that their crop yields will fall well below the normal amount this year, and already people throughout the area are stockpiling food and preparing for the worst. Local officials are requesting assistance to ensure there are ample supplies for the coming months, but procuring meals for so many mouths will not be cheap. Alright, I definitely... actually, you know what? Carpetania is my capital, which means that the loyalty loss won't do anything. And although I have enough money for this, I don't think the food loss will be a problem there. Let's ask for blessings from Rosmerta. I think I can get away with that. A little cheeky maneuver. You gotta love it. Okay, so if these guys aren't exactly an easy target right now, what about Lobotania? Okay, this is a more manageable number, but then they bring in Boletia, who is a bit more concerning. I don't think there's any really obvious targets here. I guess I could try to expand southward. What about these guys? No, never mind. Nah. Well, hold on. Do I have a claim on them? No, I don't. I could do a... Well, I mean, I got the claim anyway, so I don't need to do a superiority war. I could go for this and just kind of hope they get caught up in my fort network. The issue is the mercs are not going to be regaining their strength from my manpower pool. Probably the safe thing to do would be to take a rest period. Recover up. I'm worried about how long it's going to take my forces to... Let's just see here. 4 months. Okay, that's... Okay, hold on. So it's 4 months by default, and then it's increased by up to 2 years. I think with 10 units in the levy, I can probably manage without the mercs. I would be able to save a lot of money by doing it like this. But I just kind of want to get one more war out of these mercs. I guess I could keep the mercs around on low pay, but they're still going to be expensive. And I don't know if I need the mercs that badly for the next war. It would still be expensive even on low pay. I'd still be in a negative balance. I think the thing is, I'm not going to gain more Carpetanians. The rest of the Carpetanians I could conquer are just north up here in this other region. So I don't really feel like doing a region split. And I don't really feel like fighting... Well, hold on, no. Daniquia is actually just by themselves. There's 13 more Carpetanians, but they are allied with Aravakia. And yeah, they've got some strong allies, locally strong allies, so no need to mess around with that, I don't think. But the thing is, I'm going to need a lot of political influence to build back up my ideas when I do the switch. And I don't want to do the switch until I can at least get martial ethos. Or I don't want to go to war again until I can get martial ethos again. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. What I could do is I could actually fire the mercs and rehire a new merc force. I've got more prisoners I can sell. Let's actually sell the prisoners now. 750, that's fine. So just so we've got a good sense of what our financial options are. No, release. Alright. Alright, 11.25 tyranny. Should be everybody. Alright, now we got plenty of money. The issue is firing the mercs and rehiring to get new full-strength mercs. Then I'm still waiting for them to rebuild morale with my current levy raised. If I'm going to wait, I may as well just lower everything and do a full waiting period. I've got a lot of strength, and I want to make sure that I attend to my new lands I've conquered here. I can probably get away. I mean, here's the thing, right? By myself, I am stronger than Olcadia. And I'm probably stronger than Olcadia and Baia if I'm careful, and maybe and definitely if I hire some mercs. Here's what I do. Because these guys are not about to attack me, I mean, these guys don't like me, but I don't know, do they have a claim on me? Yeah, they do, actually. But they have a truce with me. They don't. But they probably have the same claim on me that I have on them. Just because they have a claim on me doesn't mean they're going to actually do an attack on me. Although their forces are not spent, they've got a lot of forces available. There's so many ways that this war could go perfectly fine, but it is risky. It's risky to do a war like this. It is risky. And if it was just Olcadia, I would do it. Olcadia and Baia, I don't know. I don't know about that. I think because I could hire new mercs, I'm going to play it risky. I'm going to try to use these mercs that I've already hired to the fullest extent. We're just going to push. We're just going to push. We're going to move over here. Okay, we actually are regaining more manpower than I was expecting. Okay. All of this waffling about it might have been a little preemptive. Let's move over here, build up our morale, and wait for the exact perfect moment to do our strike. We want to take out Olcadia and maybe get some sort of white peace with Baia. I don't want to actually conquer land up in Terra Kinesis right now. I want to consolidate my home region first. But we are in the center of the peninsula at the end of the day, so we will have to do a little bit of conquering out there. Okay, these guys actually lowered their morale. That's perfect. Yes, that is exactly what I wanted to see. This is perfect. Okay. Once these guys are far enough away and my morale's built up enough, in fact, no, still not worth it. I do have to think about my money concerns. Now, as for the lands I've conquered, let me take a quick look. Any buildings that I don't need? This fort here can probably go. Although, actually, the fort here, I've got better fort coverage here, so let me think about this for a minute. I may, let's see. Do we have any rivers around here? Warm climate. Warm climate. Actually, hills don't affect pop level, do they? They just affect civ level. I mean, pop capacity. A bit less food. This is a really strong fortified location in the hills, and it's the right distance from Duletum. It does also protect this pass, although also Wadua would work as well, and it's also on the coast, so, or I mean, it's on the river, so Wadua would be a stronger city location, although it's also hills. I think I'm going to leave this fort and the Miekum fort for maximum coverage. Although, hold on. These cover the same. Miekum just also covers this. Yeah, let me destroy the fort here, I think. Just to save a bit of money, and to gain a bit of money from destroying it. Other than that, any other buildings around here? No, it's the side. We got the fort down here. I'll keep the fort down here for strategic purposes for now. Alright, let's proceed. How are we looking now? This is probably fine for a surprise attack. These guys might still be exiled, actually. Hold on. Do we dare? I think we dare. 2.5k, almost 3k. They will have less overall morale. These guys are also about to leave the location, so I think we can zoom in here and grab these guys at Karaka. Let's go for it. Let's punish the traitor, Olcadia, my temporary friend, and now, for the rest of history, my great enemy. We're going to get revenge for what they did, and make full use of our mercs in the process. I guess we could wait a little longer for these guys to get further away. Okay, you know what? Let's wait a little longer, get 1 more month of recovery, and then we're going to punch in north. I want these guys to be far enough away, because these guys are not expecting an attack from me right now. Oh, hold on. This could be a problem. They're going over here. Okay. Okay, if I do the... I don't know if I can get there in time, honestly. Even if I declare the attack, I don't know if I can get there before they leave. 26th of August. I'm worried I'm not going to get there fast enough and they're going to slip away. Let me just rebuild full morale, and then we'll just do the attack. I don't really mind if they move over here. 1 more month of recovery. I guess we could do... What we could do, actually, is declare the war and then have our recovery tick as we're walking in. That would be maximal. I mean, we're not going to be at full recovery. We're going to be pretty close. Right, this is probably close enough. August 22nd. Let's do it. Declare the war. They're going to call in Beia. I could get an ally preemptively, but I don't think anyone around here really likes me too much. Nope, not really. Can't say I blame them. Alright. We're going to give this a try. If this is a catastrophe, I can always just hire a new mercenary. I can hire 2 mercenary companies with my current assets. Alright, let's do it. Take Celtiberia, Meridionalis, and they're going to call in Beia. Here we go. Just moving straight here. Now, they will get a defensive fight in the plains. I don't remember if the river crossing will play a role or not, but we should have full morale. Yeah, right before we arrive there. That's perfect. All right, here we go. They're not going to try to contest it as I move in. That's good. Now, the question is... Fortress under siege. All right. What are they doing over here? They are moving around in random directions. They don't know what they're doing. Okay. Brokusa. Of late, Brokusa Carusis has begun to exhibit particularly obtuse behavior. Sometimes getting one's point across to him is simply too much effort to bear. On the plus side, he is never at risk of becoming manipulated. He has gained stubborn, which I don't remember exactly what that does. Let's take a look. Local fort defense in Constantania, and reduced popularity per month, and reduced loyalty, which doesn't matter. The popularity is not that big of a deal. Okay, I think we can get away with a quick assault. Yeah, we've lost a lot of infantry, but we just got to go for it while we got the opportunity. This will absolutely secure a critical fort in the pathway between these 2 locations and give us time to then recover behind the lines a little bit. Let's do the... I mean, here's the thing. I don't think I need to do the assault. I could probably just siege this slowly, and that would really secure my strength. But I'll have all my cav strength. The cav is not being used. Let's do the assault. Alright, the sacking of Althea. Brokusa Carusis led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Althea. The enemy fleeing disgrace, and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, these spoils of war like that cause us back into Letem to admire Brokusa greatly, but leaving such wealth in the hands of one man could cause problems in the future. Okay, so this is not Carpetanian land. This is land held by Celtiberi, who are same religion and they are same culture group, but they are not Carpetanian. So I'm actually more okay with the more aggressive sack. That being said, I do want to assimilate the population, and they will be fairly easy to assimilate. I could go for gentle looting, and the money difference here is not amazing anyways, so I think I'd rather save these guys. Let the looting be gentle. Gentle looter, at it again. Alright, we're just going to stand here and recover on the spot, I think. Or we could do an attack over here. Nope, not enough morale. We're going to wait. I might be able to get some sort of peace deal where I just get this even with Beia not sieged, but I will probably have to pressure them to get the deal that I want. We're going to see what we can get away with here. These guys are going to go around and try to work on my fort. That's fine. They're not going to... Okay, they're not even going to bother trying to work on it. Are we gaining food? We are good. Okay, they're going to square up, but I'm not too concerned about them, especially as I regain my strength. Okay, I could have been concerned about that, but they're not at full. Alright. Now we see exactly what we're dealing with here. We are dealing with 4.5k in total. They're all standing nearby ominously. Don't like that so much. Morale's not good. We might be able to do some sniping if we just had full morale. But we don't have full morale. We need to recover our strength as fast as possible here. But we need to protect this while it regains its garrison. So we're just going to stand here and hope that they don't get any funny ideas. They're not coordinating their movement very well. We're recovering our morale nice and briskly as well. There's a bit of a standoff over here by Althea. Alright, with these 3k around, I feel this is manageable so far. What's the martial levels? No one is amazing. Alright. Everyone just stay cool. They're just moving around. We're recovering our morale day by day and recovering our numbers a little bit day by day as well. We recovered more in our territory. What's our garrison at? It's not growing very fast. I can get a defensive fight here. Let's back up to Tulkia so that we got maximum coverage of where we can go, so that I can regain manpower strength while being in friendly territory. I think that's going to be good. Now at least the garrison's not just a minimal garrison. Alright, these guys are going to all come in to try to do an attack. I can then move in to try to get a defensive battle. Especially if these guys don't come into it. These 2K should lose a defensive battle. Before the monthly tick, we are going to reorganize for this monthly tick. We need as much strength as possible. Okay. Now, the critical moment. What does the game think is going to happen? It's not so sure. We're defending. Okay, the game also, with these bubbles, doesn't know how offense and defense works. I think we got to make this move. We got to turn the tide here, one way or another. We're in a stalemate otherwise. I got my mouse ready over the Merc button if things really go badly here. Alright. The time has come. Alright, they've arrived. Oh, hold on. Will they get away in time? Oh, this is actually phenomenal. These morons are leaving the sea just fast enough to dodge my force, but condemn the guy coming in to being defeated in what might be... probably won't be a stack wipe, but we'll have this force low morale before the other guys arrive. The question is, will both of these armies coming in late turn things around? It might. But we're going to be defending, so we're going to see in a moment exactly what we're dealing with here. Come on. Okay, there we go. Now we're just going to hit the 1K defensively. Good. Please end the battle before these guys arrive. Good, okay, good. First battle of Althea is a victory. Basically, middling results. But now we're defending against everybody coming in at the same time. Okay. They outnumber us, but they are crossing the river. We've got almost full morale. This is going to be tough. It was 7, 8, 8. It could go either way. It could go either way. Alright. Oh, or they're going to not do that? They've got more forces over here. What? How many levies do these guys have? Holy moly, hold on. No, that's Boletia. They're not in the war. No, they are in the war? What? Okay, Huh, okay. I guess they were allowed to enter the war despite it being within 36 months. Alright, I love that when the game cheats. So I'm thinking that's what happened. I thought there was a 36-month wait period before entering a war that started... Maybe it has been 36 months. No, it's not been 36 months. Okay, things have just gotten a fair bit more complicated, and I don't have any idea what I'm going to do about this. Boletia being this war changes everything. I do not have the strength to fight Boletia 2. I barely have the strength to fight these guys. They're going to come in and join this attack once it gets underway, almost for sure. Okay, Who do we have available? We have one mercenary company at a time, can't we? Okay, we have to actually lose the fight first, although we do have a fort line to help us out here. What I could do is I could fire the mercs preemptively to buy myself more time for the mercs I hire to arrive. But even against 3 enemies, I don't know how we're going to do this. Okay, them calling in Boletia like this in a way that I didn't think was possible presents a pretty severe problem. Right, well, the battle's begun. Come on. Get the initiative. These guys are pretty far away. Come on. Yes, I think we're going to win this battle as well before these guys all arrive. Good. Okay, now things are not looking good. Can we escape in time? 7th of December. No, we can't escape in time. But I can probably retreat in time. So let's... Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm not going to touch anything because I don't know if that's going to change their AI. For some reason, the Boletia army is not committing to this attack. Okay, now they're going to come in. But not very quickly, and we should win this battle before they arrive. Okay. Okay, hold on. Now we're getting out in time. We for sure can't win defensively against this force. Even behind a river, we're backing out. But we have repelled all of the other armies. So somehow, okay, I shouldn't have been so scared when Boletia joined this war, because as usual, the Imperator Rome AI is snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. I don't have any idea how the AI fumbled the situation quite this catastrophically. This might be up there among the most extreme bag fumbles I've ever seen from the AI. They had me completely surrounded by literally like hundreds of millions of men, and they just decided to come in piecemeal, one army at a time, like not be sure what to do with Boletia, and just let me win defensive fight after defensive fight, and then give me time to escape in time from the front. Holy crap, okay. So, we are going to escape, and we're going to do something a little strange. We're going to actually fire the mercenary army, and then hire a new mercenary army right away, because we only have one mercenary army slot. I need to replenish on my forces here. Even with these victories, we still are deeply outnumbered. We gotta do something here, so let's go ahead and disband the mercenary army, and then we're going to search for a new mercenary army to hire, which I'll be doing off camera and before the next episode of the Carpetania campaign. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.